Hey, welcome back to ZK MasterTech. Today, we got a little rescue mission planned here. We got a John Deere 9570R that I went out and diagnosed last week. Setting codes for no charge pressure, no axle lube pressure, like 0, none. So I confirmed it with a gauge and it's got 0. So I immediately shut the engine off and hadn't run it since. I think it's got splines sheared off in the pump stack on the transmission. There's 3 pumps that are all splined together coming out of the right front of the transmission. And I think the first shaft is sheared or broke, or the splines are sheared, whatever. But that's the only reason it should have 0 pressure. So we can't run the engine anymore. This tractor is out in the field. So we're gonna have to pull this tractor with another tractor, and luckily this one, the only thing we're going to have to do is pump off the park brake. You seen in my last video that I showed how that park brake works. So if the tractor isn't running, the park brake is locked, so we're going to have to use a porta power to pump off that park brake, and then we're going to enable the steering braking backup system. So there's a pump that has an electric motor on it that will allow us to steer and allow us to have brakes. So we want to have brakes when we're loading this thing on the trailer. So it's a good thing this tractor's got that. If it didn't have that system, of course, we would have to use steering hoses and we would tie into the lifts or the steering cylinder on the tractor. But I don't think we're going to have to do that on this one, so we're just going to go ahead and hook a chain to it with another tractor, and then we'll just pull it onto a trailer just like that. There it is over there. We also got to get this 2720 chisel off of it as well. Let's do this. So the first thing we need to do is take this floor mat out. There's an access panel in the floor where we can open that and then get to a hose that's got a coupler on it that is attached to the park brake. So we can put our porta power on there and pump off the park brake. Okay, I was wrong. On these newer tractors, they no longer give me an access hole in the floor, and you have to take this panel off here, and then you can reach in through under here, and I found this hose here, and this is where we're going to hook up the porta power to pump off the park brake. So now we got to hook up this harness to power and ground, and we're going to put these leads into the sump and the supply solenoid. We have to energize those in order to get the oil where we need it to be and stay in there and keep the pressure up. start pumping pressure. Probably going to take a little bit to fill that cavity up in the hose. It's starting to go up. So it generally gets about 175, 200 psi, something like that. I just want to get it to where it doesn't bleed off anymore. That should be good right there. Now we have to enable the backup system. Enable the backup system, we got to pull the fuse out, move 32 and F11. So which one's 32 is down here. Move the 10 amp. And then install removed fuses into correct locations. F18 to put the 10 amp. So backup mode off. We're going to turn it on. Hear that? Good to go. So now when we turn the steering wheel, yeah, it twitches a little bit. So it doesn't have enough power to steer it when it's sitting still, but once we get to towing it and getting it rolling, we'll be able to steer it. Okay. So we got the chisel unhooked. Here's our pull rig. It's a bit excessive, but it'll get the job done. Okay, so we got chain hooked up. I got to get back up in this tractor, and I got to enable that backup hub mode on again so we can roll. We're moving. You hear that backup system? It's noisy. Now we're going to pull this tractor all the way to the road, take the road all the way around to this next road, and then we're going to load on the trailer over here. Well, we made it to the road. Now we just got to jump this ditch. Yeah, you can slow down a little bit. Okay, so we made it around the corner to the truck. Now Keith's got to get his trailer detached, and we'll get the outriggers out, and then we're going to use this pull tractor to drive along the side of the trailer while I drive straight up the trailer, hopefully.
I'm going to, how do you look?
Looking good. Go ahead and stop there.
Yeah, I want to take a look at this.
You're on.
So we got to load it on the trailer. Now all we got to do is chain this bad boy down, and I'm gonna have to escort this tractor back to the shop, and we'll get her off the trailer then. Okay, we made it back. We're gonna use this 8R370. Put the chain onto the rig here and yank her off the trailer. All right, the tractor's home. We're gonna get it in the shop sometime, and there might be a part 2 to this video. We'll just have to wait and see. Until next time, keep that green iron moving, guys.